Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today you're going to join me when I'm going to go and pick up my new car, which is the replacement for the Saab 9.5. So welcome to this rather cold Swedish morning.
I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate, don't wait too late. No, you don't stop, you don't stop.
So now I have been driving for almost 3 hours and I still have like 40 minutes to go till I reach my destination, which is a car dealership in Skövde, Sweden. So I'm in this 2018 Subaru XV, which I borrowed for a couple of weeks because the car dealership where I'm picking up the car had some issues with fixing the car. I noticed some defects when I was the first time looking at the car, so they had to fix it before I could pick it up. So now it should be done and we're on our way. So early December last year I sold the Saab 9.5. The reason for that is because I just got a little bit tired of it. It was quite noisy on cold start in the mornings, and I get up pretty early to go to work, and the car almost woke up my family. So now we're looking for a somewhat quieter car, and I think this car will be very, very quiet on startup, so I'm excited. Sorry about that. Well, the car got really stiff after the coilovers, and together with 19-inch wheels and low-profile tires, it got quite bumpy to use as a daily. And with all the added power and everything, it got louder, and it worked as a daily, but I'm getting older, and I got the feel that I wanted to try something else, try something with a little bit of comfort and quality as well. And I was looking for a newer Saab 9.5. I was in Strömstad in Sweden and looking at a Saab 9.5 MG from 2011, but it was completely garbage. The man that owned the car was an older guy. He had a lot of money, so that was not the issue, but he wasn't taking care of the car. It had bumps and scratches all over the car, and paint on the instruments was peeling off, and a lot of defects. It had fault codes stored in the ECU, and so on and so on. So there was no deal there, and so I switched directions quite a bit. So I've always wanted to own an SUV. I've been looking into BMW X5s, and sometime I was looking at Volvo XC90 and also Porsche Cayenne for a short while, but I've never went so far that I was actually looking and test driving a car, so we'll see how this goes. But as I said before, I'm excited for a new car, new brand, and new technology to learn. So we will be at the car dealership in about 20 minutes, so stay tuned. Yes, and I forgot to tell you this. This is quite important. I enjoy building cars and tuning cars a lot, so this Saab 9.5 is... Shut up. This Saab 9.5 I built was an experience, and it's just another experience. I built I think 2 or 3 more serious builds with Saabs. So in the future, when I choose to do a build, I will get that car not as a daily, but as a lone standing car that you don't have to have on the road. It could just be in the garage, or if it's not completely done by a certain day, there is no problem. It could just be sitting in the garage, and you can take all your time to fix whatever problem there might be. So probably there will be some kind of turbo build or something in the future. My dream car, or the car I really want, is a Toyota Supra, but they cost a lot, and they get more expensive by the day, so probably that won't happen anytime soon. But I have some other alternatives to go with. There's a lot of people that's rebuilding BMW E34s and E36 and convert them to turbo, and get a lot of power with not doing so much, and you got the rear wheel drive, and I think the cars are quite nice looking, so we will see. But my main goal now is to pick up this car and see what we can do with it. So this car will most definitely create some content for the YouTube channel, so stay tuned. So now I have picked up the car. I didn't film so much at the car dealership because I wanted to focus on the car and make sure everything is correct, and negotiate the price on the car. And I found some flaws or some defects that they had promised to fix, but they hadn't. So we negotiated the price, and now everything is okay. The only thing is the navigation doesn't read the DVD, and that was something they had promised they had fixed, but it wasn't. But it's not a big issue. I would take care of it when I get home and leave it at a Toyota Lexus dealership. Oops, I didn't say too much, but some of you already know what car I have bought, but it's an Lexus RX 400h. So it's a hybrid, it's a SUV with all the luxury you can think of. The criteria for a new car for me when I sold the Saab was automatic transmission. This has a CVT transmission that is seamless shifting, so it just flows in one motion. I wanted it to be very high comfort, and that's check on that. I also wanted a sunroof. It's not super necessary, but I think it's a nice thing to have during summer and hotter days. So I got everything I wished for. I found this car a little bit too far from home, unfortunately, but it was not a big issue. Some train travel back and forth and trying out the car, and when we agreed on the first price they had promised to fix some things, so they have spent quite some money to fix the car, and I have documentation on the car since it first went out to traffic. So it has one previous owner. The previous owner had the car in the company, and every service, every maintenance fix has been done by one workshop and one workshop only. So I got paper on everything since the car was new. So that's a good thing to have. So the things I was noticing when I went and picked up the car was the fuel cap lid or door, what do you call it, had a small dent in it, so I got some price reduction on that. And I found a junkyard in the same city. This is not a very common car in Sweden, but I found a junkyard in Skövde, the place where I bought the car, that had a spare part which was the same color as the car, and I got it for pretty cheap. So I'm just gonna wet sand it and polish it so it got perfect shine to it, and then switch it out. So the other thing that I noticed when I drove home was the wiper blades. The right one is really shot. It doesn't do much. I don't know if you can see. The left one is pretty okay, but the right one doesn't wipe at all. So Swedish quality store will do for now. So this is a little bit of the interior of the car. Aluminum, navigation, premium leather seats, Mark Levinson premium audio, which is very great sound. This is a nice feature also. When you put the key in the ignition, the steering wheel comes out to where it was before. It doesn't have that many lot of mileage on it either, so that's nice. Let's take a small look at it on the outside. So it's a black car. This is the winter tires that came with the car. Got pretty nice shine to it. Hybrid. Here you can see the dent. It's not that big, but it's one of those small annoying dents. So I think I'm going to tint the front windows to get a little more aggressive look. But I like the design a lot, and it rides very comfortable, so I'm satisfied. So now I'm going to go in and buy some wiper blades. So I have installed the new wiper blades. Let's see how they perform. I love the start on this car. Okay, so we're on. Oh my god. Perfect. Time to roll out. Rear view camera. When you're just sneaking, it's 100% electric motor. So current, fuel, 0. So this is just electrical motors working, just the front. There are 2 electrical motors, the front and the rear. And as soon as you push it, the V6 engine kicks in. I got the summer tires tumbling around in the back, so gotta drive a little bit careful, but it's just so amazing. It just pulls away, and the noise from the V6 is just so smooth and just pulls away so smooth, and when it hits the gas it just this is a big car, even though it does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.2 seconds. It got I think it has 211 horsepower from the V6 engine, and it got 61 horsepower from the 2 electrical motors. So in total it has 272 horsepower, and that's really nice for this big car. It pulls away so nice and pulls all the way, and the power is so direct because of the electrical engine. So I'm very satisfied this far, and now I can see outside the window too, so perfect. So I'm almost home now from this long day of driving. Still satisfied with the car, and I hope you enjoyed this video. and you will subscribe to the channel for more content. And I promise there will be some exciting things for this car in the future, and also the Saab. Don't forget that the Saab is still I still own one Saab, so for you Saab lovers out there, it's still there. It's not completely gone, so be sure to subscribe to the channel, comment, and I will see you very soon again. Stay tuned for more.